Phoenix lose last night?
7'5" French basketball phenom Victor Wembanyama is an intoxicating product.
Wembanyama turnaround from the elbow. That's unguardable.
The 19-year-old possesses a unique
Phoenix lose last night?
rarely seen in the NBA. A combination of size, athletic ability, handles, shooting range, and defense.
Wembanyama says no.
In the old days, when there was breakdown drills for skilled work, coaches would say, all right, guards on this end, big guys on the other. Those days are over. And I think
he is basically mocking LeBron James. You see the blue cap? That means why you lying.
It does.
It does. That's my sixth graders always like, Dad, stop capping. Why?
Is that what capping means?
Cap means you're lying.
Capping means you're lying.
So he's saying LeBron's lying about flopping. And listen, let's be honest. Dennis Schroeder. Well, we talked about it earlier.
He's a flop.
Schroeder is German for flop, and that's all he does. He goes and drive to the lake, and he loses the ball, and he's like, like he got shot.
Okay, can I just say this? What is wrong with manipulation? Coaches do it. Why can't? By the way,
NFL wide receivers do it all the time. Quarterback Tom Brady. Oh my God, hit.
By the way, Draymond Green's one of the toughest guys in the league. He's constantly taking charges. And then do you go and be a little dramatic? Of course you do.
Soccer players sell it all the time.
When you go, if you're a lawyer, what do they always say? If you're a lawyer and you have the facts, you pound the facts. If you don't have the facts on your side, you pound the table. Okay, so that's lawyers do it. I've had bosses do it. I have no problem with a guy sitting in front of a body and moving backwards.
What's up with y'all, man?
Don't you have different conversations with your wife? Mother's Day is coming up. The voice changes. You're softer and sweet. It's just all the art of
manipulation.
Or massaging messages.
The art of the deal. Politicians just standing up there and lying.
Well, you don't lie, but you can massage a message, and that's all it is a pro athlete. You're getting a little dramatic to accentuate it so a ref doesn't miss it.
Also fair. Final story. Let's go back to the NFL. The Niners in their quarterback carousel this season. By the way, Niners schedule a little tougher than anticipated. I don't know we didn't get to it yet, but they got Brock Purdy coming back from injury. Trey Lance, who knows what's going on with that guy, and Sam Darnold, who's hanging out at Warriors games with George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey. Kyle Shanahan believes all three quarterbacks are capable of leading the Niners. Is what he said. I do believe we have three QBs talent-wise who are all capable of being franchise-like quarterbacks. We did expect Trey Lance to be the guy, and I think he can still be it. You also don't expect the last pick in the draft to come in.
Did Phoenix lose last night?
Sources say it's extremely sensitive, it's fluid, that his investment is expected to be passive, so they're not expecting any operational control or authority, but he would become part of the ownership group that presumes this gets done and that the league approves it. So Tom Brady aggressively going into ownership right now and doing it with Mark Davis, who it is obvious at this point is a massive fan of Tom the businessman.
Yeah, I love every part of this, Fitz. When you have current players and also former players getting into a space where they can become part owner of something, whether it's a MLS team, baseball, basketball, whatever they can do, right? Women's basketball, NFL. This is phenomenal. I just think we're at a place now in life where these guys are smarter. They have more knowledge. They have the right people in their corners to advise them in the correct manner so they can invest in things like this. So I just love where the world is from current and also former athletes getting into the space of ownership.
Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, whatever makes the Raiders better or gives them cash flow or whatever else they might need, I'm all in for. I care about the Tuck rule right now. I just care about winning some football games.
Oh, so. I forgot about the Tuck rule.
Well, that must be a nice thing to be able to forget about. Like, not
Tuck rule.
Forget about it. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. We should be calling it the fumble.
Hey,
snow
I'm
fumble.
sorry. It won't happen again.
You know what? I'm gonna
not today.
What's up with it, man?
Right now, I need it, but we're gonna get it from you guys. Zonovan in Virginia calling in. Thanks for hanging out with us, brother. What's you got?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, fans, I'm not gonna be biased. I'm not gonna leave my feelings out of this. My Raiders, they let me know, don't get emotionally involved no more, man. We have the chance to go 11-6, man. Our losses will probably come against Buffalo, the Dolphins, the Jets. we'll split with KC and we'll split with the Chargers, man. If this team stops playing with its potential, to stop, you know what I'm saying? We had Devontae Adams got sick with both records last year. And our defense provided us with multiple leads, bro. The talent is here, man. This regime has to let these players play their game, bro, because they're not coming here to rebuild, man. You see what he's doing with the Aces, man? First year champion. Come on, man. Just win, baby. Love your six.
No, I love the mindset. You know, maybe I'm just wrong. I thought the Raiders were going to run it back after a playoff year. And
Can I ask you a question, Fitz? You know, Patrick Mahomes loves to pass the ball. So does Justin Herbert. Who are your secondaries going to stop them from doing?
See, but here's why that doesn't matter. You and I were sitting on the desk at the NFL draft working with Field Yates, and what did Field say? That some teams philosophically have decided that you're simply never going to be able to get the corners you need to cover, and the only way to truly stop a great player like Mahomes is to have a dynamic pass rush. Tyree Wilson comes in, that foot's going to be just fine by the time he gets to training camp. Chandler Jones has a resurgent season. Max Crosby's getting double-digit sacks. Tyree comes out as the defensive player of the year, and all of a sudden we're disrupting Mahomes with the pass rush, baby.
Man, okay, that sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad? How often I do this on like a July night where I'm just sitting there thinking about how the season's going to go, and then it just rips my heart out week one. Dave in South Carolina calling in. Dave, thanks for calling, man. What's your team? What do you think of the schedule?
Yo, I'm so excited about the golf.
What's up with it, man?
Jalen Ramsey. I think Mike McDaniel's a special coach that people just don't realize. I don't know if people know this, but we go to Buffalo in the playoffs. We lose by 3 with a backup quarterback. I say we lose 5 games max if Tua is healthy. And I have one more thing to say. I just wanted to say I thought Harry Styles' picks was fun. Like 12 wins with Ritter. I thought that was fun.
Oh.
You did?
It's showing the shame. Oh! Harry, would you like to respond?
Well, I actually, you know, I'm not going to poop on this team because the team is actually good, and I have those guys. If Tua can stay healthy, they are Super Bowl contenders as well. I think what's unique about the Dolphins schedule that stands out to me the most, I think, is you're going to Buffalo on October 1st, right? You're not going to Buffalo late in the season. Now, you do have to go to Baltimore late in the season, but then again, you look at the Jets, who in December is going to be practicing in cold weather. Now they have to come down to you when it's hot. The Dallas Cowboys got to come down to you when it's really, really hot. Buffalo, the last game of the year, have to come down to you when it's really, really hot. So I think those are some unique things about their schedule. Also, they play Kansas City over is that game in Frankfurt?
In 6, Mother's Day in Florida.
And one of Toronto's leaders is a veteran center who was acquired at the trade deadline, Ryan O'Reilly. Today's Outside the Lines on SportsCenter has the incredible story of O'Reilly's mom and a choice that she made. Here's Jeremy Michelle.
Matt and Sage, in 2019, the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup for the first time in their 52nd season. No one contributed more to that triumph than Ryan O'Reilly. In St. Louis, he'll always be a hero.
Bring to a community online.
A lot of emphasis on the sport.
Let's talk about Bruce Brown for a minute here, okay? The sixth man / glue guy for this team. To me, AD, he puts them over the top. If they did not have Bruce Brown,
Phoenix got knocked
you were
off,
coming
huh?
off with just some other guys. Like Bruce Brown, to me, is a huge difference maker for this team. His scoring, his playmaking, his defense, his activity, his hustle, his grit,
Good old Denver,
his
man.
experience. Been around the league, and he knows a lot of guys. He just knows how to play. He's a
The Black Nuggets want him more than the rest of them, bro, to me.
25 minutes, he went 13, 4, and 2, 1.3.
I'm impressed by Denver, bro.
They don't beat Phoenix 4-2, in my opinion, without Bruce Brown.
But I don't think they come in first in the West like that without Bruce Brown. And the thing is, when Bruce Brown was with Brooklyn, he was
In Denver, the #1 seed in the West, bro.
when he was with Brooklyn. When he played with Kevin Durant, with Kyrie Irving, he was impactful. I tell you a funny story about Bruce Brown. So this year, when
All right, man. I'll just tapping in.
the New Orleans Pelicans were playing Denver at home,
Just come on off here.
Bruce
Guess
Brown
everybody
comes
busy.
up to me,
Y'all stay blessed.
and he said, "I just got to tell you, man, you said something about me years ago, and it's motivated me to become a better